Would rather. Do you know how to use this verb pattern? Take your English level up one notch and get closer to upper intermediate one step at a time. We use would rather to talk about preferring one thing to another. Using would rather is going to help you to participate during meetings, improve your negotiation skills, take part in decision-making processes, and be more polite and indirect when you need to be. What differences can you see in the structure of the following sentences? Come on, I'm going to give you just a few seconds. Let's break down the grammar rules for would rather. Would rather has two different constructions. Number 1, same subject in both clauses. Number 2, different subjects. If the subject is the same in both clauses, you have to use would rather followed by the infinitive without to. And you use this to speak about preferences now or in the future. For example, I would rather hire this candidate than the other one. If you want to talk about preferences in the past, you have to use would rather and a perfect infinitive. We form a perfect infinitive with to have plus the ed form of the verb or the past participle of the verb. For example, I would rather have hired this candidate than the other one. Construction number 2. If the subject is different in both clauses, you have to use subject number 1 plus would rather plus subject number 2 plus past simple. For example, I would rather you hired the other candidate. You use this one to talk about preferences now or in the future. What if you want to talk about preferences from the past? Well, in that case, you have to use the following formula. Subject number 1, would rather, subject number 2, and finally a past perfect. For example, I would rather you had hired a different person. But now there is no solution because you hired that person in the past. I wish you had hired. I would rather you had hired someone different. It's no solution anymore. So